Greetings, my fellow warriors of Thebes. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld False God, episode 51, Khopesh. Sweet. Ah, they're missing roofs. That they are. We build... Oh, no, they're not really missing roofs. They auto-roofed. Cheetah Revenge. Not my problem. These guys are just visitors. And now they're bleeding everywhere. I do find it a little interesting how the light that is brought in from these windows are just not equal to one another. Like this bedroom is completely and utterly illuminated by sunlight, and then this one, not so much. Maybe it's due to time of day, because rise in the east, sets in the west. I'll check back at like 6 p.m. to see if this one's illuminated and this one isn't. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it is that complicated. I don't know. Rhino self-tamed. I have bad news for you, dude. Head to the slaughter zone. Oh, the backup uranium doors should be propped open. Forgot to do that. Oh no, these were the beggars! Ah, they left empty-handed. I forgot about them. And they really do need the meds now. Look at them. Malnourished and wounded. That's what was going on. They were the ones that were asking for the herbal meds, and I just forgot. Oh well. Can't satisfy them all. Amon-Ra is going shirtless now. We better have you put a shirt on, because otherwise the ladies are never going to leave you alone. Brumbo fur, and then I'll take a look at the rest of his clothing to make sure that he's yeah, his pants are fine. His helmet's kind of falling apart, but I don't have the tech prints to be able to make new ones. And that's another facility. I had speculated that I could have an electric smithy, but I could also have an electric hand tailor bench. Or, not, electric tailor bench. If I had animals deliver textiles up here. So that's something that we could do to try to speed up Amon-Ra's ability to manufacture goods and whatnot. Alright, taking a look at... Nope, it's still the same light level. I don't really care. I wasn't doing it for the light level anyway. How exactly it calculates, I don't know. I'm not going to bother speculating. Okay, so here, let me just double check. This laboratory is properly being frozen. So if we take a look at the infestation chance, see how it no longer is blue anywhere? It means no bugs can spawn in there because it is too cold for them to exist. One big thing that I will remind you about, don't have your doors in overhead mountains. That is the most important part of this setup. If you have your door where overhead mountains are, it becomes a valid spawn point. So you have to make sure that when you're walling up overhead mountain areas, that every single square of overhead mountain is either a wall or frozen and not a door. Because that will, if you mouse over this, this area here is negative 29C, which is below the negative 17 to prevent insect spawning. This door here is negative 4C. Which is not cold enough to stop overhead mountain or insect spawning, but because it's not an overhead mountain tile, it's not valid. So that's why you don't include your doors, because they will give the insects an anchor spot to infest. How did I do the lighting for the quarry? It looks great. Solar pinholes. I just decided that these columns weren't really doing very much because the braziers were not offering enough light, so I just pinholed it. So it is super bright over there. I used psycasting. What? I might need to relink this. Yeah, okay. For some reason, that some of these lost their link. Because obviously Macho shouldn't be going into Guerrero's private bathroom. That doesn't make any sense. Occupancy checks don't really matter, because only couples are sharing beds, but, Oh, right. Hold on, Macho. Before you do that, I don't want you to get crushed to death. No, there we go. So, next question I have is, should we mummify anyone who is currently dead? Yes or no? So, Darzan and Brady here are sort of rotted corpses that could be mummified, as could Shellbell, although I've been trying to keep Shellbell on ice so that we can resurrect her at some point. But it's entirely possible for me to just go ahead and mummify now anyway, if you guys wish for that to happen. What was that? Towering Blueprint. Alright, I'll have you vote on this in just a minute. And I'm also going to pause the viewer submitted ideas because you guys are amazing and have been suggesting ideas quite a bit. So, the queue's full. Looks like we do have corpses to mummify, so who should we mummify? So here's the options as I see. The rotted corpses, which would be Brady and Darzan. Everyone. Brady, Darzan, Shellbell, just Brady, or just Darzan. Ooh, puppy treats. Hey, dude. XML Yeti, thank you for the follow. I was coding in XML just yesterday. And Josh Show, thank you for the follow as well. The changes I made to the mod to not allow androids spawning as like refugees and pilgrims and traders and visitors and all that, that was all in XML. Good old markup languages, right? Hey, people are finally starting to heal up. It probably would be wise for me to have an open valid path for potential future raiders. And another thing that I'm doing over here is I'm opening up overhead mountain, or bad mountain tiles over here, so I need to fill those in with marble as well, so that they're not infestation risk over here. I'll probably stop mining at this spot, because I'm running out of mountain. I don't want to go too close to the edge of the mountain and have it be a vulnerability for sappers. It already is kind of too close. Shivaroo, thanks for all the bits. I was just wondering if he's still alive. If Shivaroo's still alive? Yeah, you're over here, hanging out. recreating, having a good time. You're also like a sickly child, but yeah, you're technically alive. Technically alive is the best kind. Oh, Darzan is still alive? No, Darzan died last stream. He died a Hodor death. Legendary, but also a little sad. Okay, you guys want to mummify the rotted corpses. Got it. So I don't really have anywhere yet. I don't like have a tomb to put them. But I suspect someone probably proposed that as an idea. So let me type up the next goal. Proposals. So we have a pyramid tomb. Build a pyramid/tomb. Shiver, I'm going to slightly change it to be open to not just Amun-Ra. Larger hospital. Freeze the insect rivers. Better armor for title holders. Better armor/clothing, I should say. This is clothing too. Manufacture. Make better weapons for everyone. Use the Phoenix armor to ignite the fire trap. The only problem with the Phoenix armor for the fire trap is the Phoenix armor is kind of a one-shot. And it's not going to set enough fire for the fire trap to be effective at all. It's an interesting idea, but I would need like 10 Phoenix armors. It's not, and obviously only Amun-Ra is the one allowed. I'll include it, but it doesn't, to me, make that much sense. Build a private pool for Amun-Ra. Pave a path of gold to the temple. And go questing. There you go. Thank you for suggesting ideas. It's awesome. I love when you guys propose things. It's we're able to have really cool community-driven projects here. Do insect hives spawn in enclosed walls, or do they stay limited to the space they can spawn in? So, over here, the bridge/wall setup that I have here stops them from spawning. They can't spawn on walls. So, one way to deal with this river, hypothetically, is to bridge up the entire river and then stick wood walls on the bridges to stop spawning. But that would require somewhere in the order of magnitude of like 10,000 wood, which is a lot of wood. And I would need to set up many lumber camps to be able to accommodate that, I think. The alternative is to freeze it. So yes, you can block infestations by building walls. So if you take a look here, this is where there used to be steel. I mined up the steel, or most recently over here, where I mined up steel. And then I fill it in with walls to stop the infestation chance. So if I take a look at the infestation chance right now, it's not showing it, but right that spot right there is technically infestable because it is not walled up and it is open and overhead mountained. It's just the draw chance is not perfect. So, but if you wall it up, then yeah, they can't spawn anywhere. Infestations require at least one open tile that is valid to start an infestation. So in my lab, for instance, there is no one open valid tile because all the tiles are either too cold or walled up. I could probably do a whole video about the mechanics of that, but that's the too long didn't read or watch, and hopefully that clears that up for you. You know, something else I could probably do is to add windows to these nicer bedrooms to not require so much torch lamps. That could just be something I do on my own anyway. So did we end up getting the art that I wanted? No, I only got these like little road sign sculptures. Fine. I'll put them down. Alright, colonists left unburied. So when colonists are left unburied, let me do this one at a time. Oh, you know what? I don't think I could do a mummification at the moment. Because it requires them to be recently dead. So I'm going to have to re-entomb them. Sorry. It's a new feature that they just added, so I didn't know the full ins and outs of it. Okay. That's a problem. Amon-Ra, come on out here. The pilgrims that venerated the Hathor's Bond gave me a Masterwork LMG. And that doesn't really work for me. Alright, let's drop this thing off. Oop. Where are you hauling it? No. Stop. There we go. I like when pilgrims give gifts for their pilgrimage, but not when it's forbidden weapons that nobody's supposed to see. 30 seconds left on voting for the new goal, so if you haven't done that already, please do so now. These tool cabinets I built to be moved up towards the secret lab, so I could use them myself, and then I am going to build an electric smithy in here. A self-tamed rat. Bad news for you, dude. So it looks to me like I'm going to be asked to make some more weapons. This workshop is getting a little tight. I could always expand southwards if I fill up. So, new weapons. I'm going to have you decide on the new weapons. I suspect I know what you're going to vote on, but I'm going to poll you anyway. Just because I'm that kind of dude. So we have got a few options here. We have maces. So a mace made out of uranium would be a high blunt weapon used against well-armored enemies. We also have longswords. I could make those out of plasteel. We could do spears out of plasteel. That would be ideal. Warhammers out of uranium. Or... that's probably the highest damaging weapons in this lineup, I think. So I'm going to have you pick between those 4 types. Mace, longsword, spear, warhammer. What weapons should we smith? A mix of weapons? Maces, longsword, or sharp weapons, blunt weapons, and then these specific ones. Maces, longswords, spears, warhammers. Alright, you vote, you pick. I'll give you 5 minutes on that. I'm going to put Yoda on. I'll be right back. Okie dokie. Brahms, thanks for the resub, by the way. Spears are ranged somewhat? No, you're thinking of pillows. Spears are melee only. Pillows are like javelins where you throw them and then you can stab with them. And time to refund all of you goal suggesters. So it's all back in your inboxes. Yeah, if you're wondering about the differences of these weapons, I guess I didn't cover that. So a typical longsword, this is a normal quality, a normal quality steel longsword. Has a armor pen of 33 and a DPS of 8.6. A typical mace, again, this is steel, has armor pen of 21 and a DPS of 7. Spears, armor pen of 38 and DPS of 7.35. And then Warhammer, armor pen of 27, DPS of 6.89. The quality and the materials will heavily influence the outcome of the DPS. The higher the quality, the higher the damage, and then of course the materials matter a lot as well. So that's not a very fair... I already started it, didn't I? Bloink! That's not a very fair measure necessarily, because obviously it changes depending on the quality of the material. But yeah, that's sort of the long and short of it is Warhammer, maces and Warhammers are good for blunt. Maces probably slightly out DPS Warhammers, which doesn't make much sense, but that's just the way it is. Ooh, Macho just got an inspiration. I'm going to have you vote on Macho's inspiration as well. I just need to make sure that he doesn't build anything in the meantime. I don't think I have anything queued up to be built that would trigger him using up his inspiration at the moment. So I don't think I have to worry about that. And then these uranium clubs actually have an armor pen of 46% by default, and a DPS of 11.4, which is actually going to be really hard to beat. Amon-Ra is going to have to make some really high quality weapons for them to even be better than the Zug clubs that we've got going on. That's how good these clubs are. That's why I've been using these clubs for so long. It's because they're insanely powerful. Okay, there we go. Finally, a sculpture for Maxu's bedroom. Windows don't have qualities, right? No. Alright, a mix of weapons. Got it. Well, you know what I could do is have the people that are actually here that own characters decide on their own weapons. So if you own a character, use channel points to request a weapon type. So I think what I'll do is I'll just let the people that are currently present choose their weapons, and everyone else will just stick with their clubs. So let's say you're Guero and you're like, you know, I would like a plasteel longsword. Use the channel points to say, give me a plasteel longsword, and I will fulfill your request. How's that sound? All right, Macho is finishing up the bedrooms, and then what should Macho make? So the choices here would be try for a legendary poker table, because I don't have one yet. We already have a legendary table. Royal bed. Try for a legendary, because I think we only have Masterworks. Yep. That seems to be true. What else would there be? I mean, besides the meme of a shelf. I guess I could do another meditation throne, although we don't really use it. But it could be higher quality. So I'll include that on the list. Yeah. Sarcophagus? I guess hypothetically I could make another sarcophagus. Now, I don't have a tomb yet, so it's a sarcophagus that would probably subsequently get destroyed. I could do an armchair. Yeah. Having a fabulous armchair for the research table wouldn't be terrible. So I'll include a armchair. And yeah, I guess that's good. We'll leave it with those 5 options. And then I'll do a prediction on quality. So the quality of the construction, is it legendary or not legendary? And I'll give you 2 minutes to predict. So predictions are up. Guerrero wants a plasteel longsword. Alright, so the other thing I want to do over here is these stockpiles. I'm going to put the uranium over here. And then the plasteel over here. And then Mike wants a plasteel longsword whenever he gets home from the outpost. I'm going to leave that as a channel point so that I remember to do that as soon as you're back. I'm going to have you guys come back after 6 days and not leave you out there indefinitely. Uh-oh. We have a bit too much poo. But yeah, there. That barracks is slightly better. The spare art that I made can start adorning the barracks once I get back to it. And all of the animals are helping to move the metals. So here we go, longsword coming out. Wow, Dem Tacos is idle. I guess Dem Tacos isn't haul, so that doesn't really mean very much. If my haulers go idle, then you know there's really no work to be had in the kingdom. Or whatever you call a kingdom run by a false god. A goddom? I don't know. I'm sure there's a technical word for it, but I don't know it. Sorthen. Thanks. I'm glad you like the look of it. All right. You guys voted for a royal bed or armchair. I'm going to flip a coin. Head is the bed. Tail is the armchair. It is head for bed. So the masterwork bed, I will stick... Where's my... here. Well, good luck, everybody, on your predictions. A divinity? Or theocracy? Well, it's run by a god, not a religious leader, so it wouldn't really be a theocracy. I don't know. I mean, who knows? Whatever. There is no... In the history of humanity, there's not been a civilization run by a god, so we're in uncharted territory here. Unless, well, I don't know. Yeah. Not really. I forgot to do the towering blueprint. Should We accept the towering blueprint. Yes or no? So this would be a roughly almost 1,000 block structure or wood. If it gets damaged in any way, at 18 manhunting cheetah arrive, which actually could be pretty useful. And then there is a psychic emanator, jade, advanced component, social trainer, crafting trainer, recon armor, uranium, or assault rifle, harp, and gold. How do you vote on that? Here goes Macho. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, it's excellent, so it super sucked. Didn't see that coming. Oh man, not legendary wins by a mile. Macho had a construction skill of 17 and an inspiration, and it's only slightly better than this good royal bed. This good royal bed has a rest effectiveness of 113. What is this one? 114. So yep, we're getting rid of the old royal bed, and Maxu and Kainen can be on a ever so slightly nicer royal bed. Ouch, that was a big kick to the you-know-wheres. Oh, I had a Yodacam locked. Sorry, I unlocked it so you guys can redeem it. Sometimes I forget to do that. Still technically an upgrade, yeah, but it could have been so much better than that. It could have been the best bed in the world, and instead it's just meh, average. Cheers, Shiveru. Okay, we accept. For what reward? But here are the options. We have social trainer, advanced component, psychic emanator. So what a psychic emanator does, because it's a uncommon reward, is it requires power, and it just makes people around it happier. So it's something that I would have to install somewhere away from the prying eyes of the colony. Or a crafting trainer. Prestige recon armor. Oops. And uranium. And then lastly, we have assault rifle, harp, gold. So, you pick the rewards here. Hey, Stromsy. Thanks for the resub. You win? Well, I'll have to resub back to you. I will not let this loss stand. Also, Orton, just to give you a heads up, you're a temporary member of the community, so I wouldn't make you a weapon anyway. You depart in 1.2 days. I ain't spending money on you, buddy. Sorry. Or in this case, plasteel. Sticking the emanator in a wall of a commonplace would be neat. It would be, but I'd have to, like, give up the vanometric power cell. Like, I could install the vanometric power cell in a wall, like, down here, and then stick the emanator next to it, and then put it all behind walls. That would be a possibility. But it would be dedicating the vanometric, you know, in a way where I don't get it back. Which is fine, but, you know, expensive. Do I have advanced components for the fab bench? I do. I already have 2 advanced components. But I'm planning on not using them until I actually have advanced fabrication unlocked. I don't know why, just in case. Just in case the fab bench gets broken. I guess. The reason why I'm not including a lot of cabling around the base is if anyone breaks the wall and reveals the cable, everybody that sees the cable has to die, so it's not worth the risk. Cables are dangerous. Think of it that way. Okay, Kiwa, you are trained, so we'll have you haul. Wow, harsh. It's in the rules of the series. It's actually core to the rules of the series. Anyone that looks upon advanced technology that is not commonplace on this planet must die. It's like one of the only rules. Right, you guys say first quest reward. So we'll do it. And here's the monument maker, which only Amun-Ra has access to. Oh, it's a cute little monument. So I'll have him drag it out. And animatree linking. Who gets linked? Firefly for what, level 4? 5? 4. And then Maxu for his very first. Because Macho, Guero, and Amun-Ra are done. So you vote. 2.5 minutes. Man, there's a lot of polls today. So this little monument, let's see. As much of it that I can make out of steel... You know what? I'm going to make it out of marble. I have a ton of marble. Looks like we're doing the whole thing in marble. Works for me. Wempet Rempet, which is the 1st of December, get kicked off in 2.5 days. The longsword is still a work in progress. It takes a long time. But at crafting 17 or 16 should be pretty good quality. Mindsettle, thank you for the resub. Cheers to you, buddy. And Victor too. We've got 4 days left until Squeakums, Mike, and Aviator 10 gets home. It's been too long. Do you think you should give up the weapon you're wielding, Shivaru? The problem is... Actually, no, I can take it from you, which is interesting. But I'm going to let you have it. You won't mental break. I believe in you. Maybe inappropriately, but I believe in you nonetheless. And you got about 45 seconds to vote on who gets linked. So far, it looks like it's going to be Maxu. Betrayal? Shivaru, did you know? Ah, it's like you knew. Why do my refugees betray me? Well, you know, I have bad news for you refugees. I ain't got time for you. You're gonna get super messed up. So let's see. We have 2 in the hospital. Pit Boss is not gonna be an issue because he's unconscious. Shivaru's holding a knife. Hey, Kargan. Hold on a second. Hey, Kargan. I choose you, Kargaroo. Go squish the Shivaru. And then Glitch over here with, like, no weapon, and he's old as heck. And naked. So, he's not going to fare that well. Yep. Yep. Sabin, you keep doing what you're doing. Brew that beer. And then who am I missing? Is that it? Go to numbers, go to enemies. Orton, Glitch, Shiveru, Techwolf. Yeah, okay. Okay. Dead. And here is their nimble brawler, who, if becomes imprisoned and actually gets to keep his limbs, maybe I try to recruit, because, you know, he was pretty baller. How is Shiveru faring? Kargan, you are bound to Firefly. I want you to get Area 1. I don't know what he's doing. Don't let him break my bed. My guess is Norton does not survive. Yet. He's dead. Also has been doing all of my drugs. You eat my drugs, and then you try to beat me like thugs. Shame on you. Alright, and then it's just Shiveru fleeing. Yarp. So, that's over. I'm gonna let Shiveru go, of course. Oh, you're breaking the door. That's fine. This is really strange. Pipos here. I guess I don't have a prison, do I? But yeah, Pipos is obviously going to be imprisoned and then released. You know, because that's what we do. So, capture Pit Boss. Also, Sabin, you don't have a bedroom, so let's get you one. Because Sabin is no longer... Oh, dating... Yeah, is no longer dating Darzan because, you know, being dead and all. So, so is in general pop now. So this is Sabin's bed. As Sabin is a cook. Still working on that first sword. It's pretty labor intensive. I think now you can definitely see why I went with the super strong clubs that didn't require so much work. Because if this sword is lower DPS than the mace that Goro has, it's a downgrade. Alright, Kargan, you are all set to go back to Animal Haulers. You definitely didn't work out as a Shiveru Stomper, but that's okay. I forgive you. And the Animatree will go to Maxu. Very first bind. What's the damage on those clubs? About 11.5 with really high melee DPS. Don't furnaces use electric? Nope, they're fueled with wood. So, prediction. Will Maxu get a combat ability? Yes or no? It's a thing in mods. It's not a thing in vanilla. You have to install mods to have a fueled crematorium. Same with the fueled smelter over here. This is a fueled smelter that melts slag down, but requires power. Or requires wood, not power. Of my colonists, who has the best trade price improvement? Still Amun-Ra by a landslide. Got it. This monument's getting put together pretty quick. It's almost done. And then Pit Boss. Pit Boss won't be able to stand back up until the goat juice withdrawal is gone, I think. I think he's just glued here until that goat juice withdrawal goes away. Which presumably will be a while. I think what I'm going to do here is, unless they have stuff for me to buy, which it doesn't look like it, I'm going to donate a considerable amount of what I want to sell instead. I want to get rid of the insect jelly because it's worth a lot, and I'd rather just donate it. And probably the ambrosia as well. So, Almond Raw. Gift. All the jelly. And 100 of the ambrosia. Actually, let's do 120. And we're allied with Brebor. So if we take a look at the factions here. Ally, ally, ally. People like us. We're generous. Oh. And there's my Karma Meteor. I gift and I get. Yeah, unless I add more Go Juice to Pit Boss or some other accelerant. You know, if I had Luciferium, that would work too. So here's Amun-Ra's Khopesh she made. It's only good quality, so it's definitely a downgrade. 13 and 40 is an improvement over 11 and 46. Well, barely. So I'll equip it for now with Guero, but it's not as good as I was hoping it would be. And then I have another one that I want to make for Mike. And what I might end up doing is give, if this is better, give the one I made for Mike to Guero instead. An item stash. Oh, it's behind the mountain range, so it's kind of far. It's obtainable if we vote on going questing. Wonder if I'll hit... Oh yeah, I'll hit 17. Nice. Alright, Maxu. It's time. Cross your fingers for a combat cast. I'm hoping. I'm gonna go back up to suggest goals. There hasn't been a lot of weapons that I've been asked to make. So we'll go back to other tasks. And I got stun. It is a combat cast. Wow. Pretty gnarly. I'll take it. I like it. You should resubmit previously submitted goals because I refund everybody. So if you have a goal that you had suggested previously, resuggest it. Definitely resuggest it. And then if you still want me to make you a specific weapon, submit that as a goal as well. Because I'm still working on that, technically. Outpost, ETA. 3 days. 3.5 days. I have a lot of idle people in my community. I mean, I guess it's good. I really don't mind. I like them having a little R&R. Not to say I won't put them to work here in a minute. Yeah, I guess I won't mind those out. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld False God, which originally streamed live on Twitch July 9th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com or the description of this video will have a link to Discord. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Ammonites.